I think the concept of having a Hazara encyclopedia is a fascinating one. And also I think probably one that is going to be very important in multiple respects and will contribute a great deal to knowledge, as Khadija's just said, not only to Hazaras but also to the wider society and the wider region in which Hazaras live and are located historically and in the present day. And I also think, therefore, it's worthwhile reflecting a little bit on the role that encyclopedias are currently playing in the current intellectual environment. Because obviously, you know, there's a tendency to think of encyclopedias as a simple repository of knowledge. They're the type of things that we've all turned to as young academics, or even younger as school children, to look for sort of basic information. But the whole content and nature, I think, of the encyclopedia as a sort of genre of writing is undergoing major transformations. Firstly, I think that there's a real sense now in which encyclopedias, the category of research encyclopedia, has become much more significant. And if you look at some of the sort of recent publishing developments, I'm involved, for example, in the Asian history research encyclopedias published by Oxford. And that whole movement of research encyclopedias has become much more now about research-focused articles that set out the sort of the general trends in academic writing and debate on a region or a historical period, and are therefore organised thematically. And so I think when thinking about the content of encyclopedias, it's important to consider both gaps in the knowledge that need to be filled, but also to assess and to evaluate the areas of developing knowledge and of aspects of knowledge that need to be further developed. So I think a sort of key aspect of the research encyclopedia there is its thematic focus. A second aspect, I think, of research encyclopedias that's particularly noticeable recently is the extent to which they are often and seek to act as the sort of basis for future research. And so many of the entries written, for example, into the Oxford Research Encyclopedias are aimed at galvanising interest among future scholars, future PhD students, future master's students. And a sort of third area I think that it's important to think about when editing encyclopedias is the significance of covering and engaging with key academic debates. And so all in all then, I think that the sort of trend of the research encyclopedia is that it is increasingly something that's thematic, increasingly something that is critical, that is seeking to reassess and to reopen debates in a particular field. And I've got no doubt indeed that the encyclopedia that we're here to launch and discuss today will be covering and addressing all of those issues. And in a sense, I think it's this willingness to engage, to be critical, to seek to sort of forge new areas of scholarship that will ensure the longevity and the significance of this project, not only for the understanding and of advancement of knowledge about Hazaras, but also more broadly, one would hope, as setting a sort of standard by which wider discussion, debate, and thought about a whole variety of different communities associated with the territories of what are called Afghanistan can be presented. And I think it will set the standard to come for future research and scholarship that is led by people from the region, on the region, for many other different topics, themes and communities. And I'm incredibly honoured to be able to be with you here today, and I look forward to listening to the rest of the discussion. Thank you.